Something's happening in the tech world. And no one saw it coming. China, the world's biggest factory, is now aiming to become the world's brain. How? By mastering one thing: chips. Not the ones you eat, but the tiny silicon chips that power everything around us. Phones, cars, satellites, artificial intelligence, military weapons. These chips aren't just pieces of tech anymore. They're the weapons of the future. And right now, China has a plan. A bold, relentless billion-dollar plan that's shaking up Silicon Valley, Washington, D.C., and Wall Street. In today's video, we're diving deep into why China's new chip strategy isn't just a comeback. It's a complete tech takeover. Let's begin. 1. The shockwave. U.S. sanctions and China's tech crisis. For decades, China was on the receiving end of advanced technology. They built the world's smartphones, but didn't own the brains inside them. They made the machines, but borrowed the brains, the semiconductors, from the US, Taiwan, and Korea. Then came the shock. The US hit China with harsh sanctions. No more access to advanced chip-making tools, no more exports of cutting-edge chips, and no more tech from companies like NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. It was a tech war without bombs, but the impact was nuclear. Huawei, once the crown jewel of Chinese innovation, collapsed under chip shortages. Factories slowed, AI projects stalled. China's dreams of global tech leadership were slipping away, or so the world thought. 2. The rise of a giant, China's bold counterattack. But here's what no one expected. China didn't retreat. They reloaded. Within months, Beijing declared chip-making a national priority. Billions of dollars were injected into research, factories, and talent. They didn't cry foul. They built foundries. They didn't panic. They made plans. Then in 2023, China sent a loud message to the world. The Huawei Mate 60 Pro, powered by a 7-nanometer chip manufactured by SMIC, China's top chip maker. Wait, 7 nanometers. That's supposed to be impossible. Without EUV machines from the Dutch company ASML. And yet, they did it. How? Through grit, through deep UV lithography, through clever workarounds and chip stacking innovations. In short, they hacked the system. 3. A new ecosystem, China's tech empire in the making. Now let's zoom out, because this isn't just about one phone. It's about an entire tech ecosystem that China is secretly and aggressively building. We're talking Czech chip design companies like HiSilicon, Czech chip manufacturing giants like SMIC, Czech national-level investments in materials, R&D, and AI hardware, and state-backed training centers pumping out thousands of chip engineers every year. They're not trying to catch up anymore. They're trying to lead. From self-driving EV chips to AI processors built for data centers, China is throwing its hat into every ring. And it's not just the government driving this. Chinese startups are rising like wildfire. Some are designing chips that rival Apple's M series. Others are building homegrown GPUs to replace NVIDIA. It's a tech arms race, and China's not holding back. 4. Global panic. The West responds. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is watching in shock. Why? Because if China becomes self-reliant in chips, it ends America's most powerful leverage, technological dominance. The West isn't just scared of China's chip production, they're terrified of what it enables. AI warfare, surveillance at scale, quantum computing, hypersonic missiles, digital currency control, and the biggest threat, China exporting these chips to countries the West doesn't want empowered. That's why the U.S. is now spending $52 billion through the CHIPS Act to boost domestic production. That's why Japan, Taiwan, and South Korea are tightening their tech alliances. Everyone's trying to slow China down. But here's the truth. No one wants to say out loud, it may be too late. 5. Beyond chips. China's vision for global tech supremacy. Let's be clear, this chip strategy isn't just about manufacturing, it's about control. If China controls chips, they control the devices we use, the networks we connect to the algorithms that shape our world. And that's not all. China is now leading in 6G research, quantum communication, brain-computer interfaces, military AI systems. They're not just building for today, they're designing the future. And chips, They're the foundation of it all. This is no longer a story of made in China. It's now about invented in China. 6. The future. What happens next? So what's coming? China is pushing for 5 nanometer chips without needing Western equipment. They're exploring chiplet design, modular chips that are faster, cheaper, and more flexible. They're funding AI chip startups, hoping to rival NVIDIA in just a few years. And perhaps the boldest move, China is building its own version of ASML's EUV tech, a project once considered impossible. If they succeed, the West loses its last advantage. This isn't just a tech race anymore, it's a geopolitical battle for dominance. And the battlefield is just 5 nanometers wide. The chip war has begun, and China, they're not catching up. They're building their own empire. And every nation, every company, every one of us, we're about to feel it. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because the future of tech isn't just being built in Silicon Valley anymore. It's being engineered in Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Beijing.